Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt less like you than you used to? You're not alone. After 65, so many things can chip away at your self-worth without you even realizing it. But today, we're going to shine a light on 6 habits that could be quietly doing just that, so you can take your confidence back. In this video, we'll go over 6 common things many people over 65 do that slowly drain self-esteem. The good news: these habits are easy to change once you spot them. Let's walk through them together. Apologizing for taking up space. Have you ever said, "I'm sorry," just for speaking up, asking a question, or needing a little help? You're not alone. Many people over 65, especially those raised to be polite, quiet, and not cause trouble, fall into the habit of apologizing for simply existing in the world. But here's something important to remember. You have nothing to apologize for when it comes to taking up space. As we age, it's easy to feel like we're in the way, or that our needs aren't as important. Maybe it's at the doctor's office, in a family conversation, or when learning something new. You might catch yourself saying, "Sorry to bother you," or "Sorry, I'm slow," when you've done absolutely nothing wrong. This kind of language might seem harmless, but over time, it quietly tells your brain that your presence is a problem, that your needs are inconvenient or less valuable. And that's simply not true. Every time you downplay yourself with an unnecessary "sorry," you chip away at your own sense of self-worth. Here's the truth: you deserve to ask questions, to move at your own pace, and to take part in conversations. You've lived decades of life, gained wisdom, and made countless contributions. You've earned your space, and not just physical space. Emotional space, intellectual space, social space. You matter. So the next time you catch yourself about to say, "sorry," for something that doesn't require an apology, try replacing it. Instead of "sorry, I'm so slow," say, "Thanks for your patience." Instead of "sorry to ask," say, "I'd like to understand this better." These small shifts remind both you and the people around you that your voice matters. It's not about being rude, it's about honoring your worth, because you still have so much to offer. So today, give yourself permission to take up space. Speak with confidence. Move without apology. Ask without guilt. Because you are allowed to be exactly who you are, right where you are. And that, truly, is something worth standing tall for. Comparing yourself to a younger you. It's something many of us do without even realizing it. We compare ourselves to the person we used to be. You might catch yourself thinking, "I used to be so much stronger," or "I remember when I didn't need help with this," or even looking at old photos and wondering where that version of you went. But here's the gentle truth: you are still that person, just in a different season of life. Comparing yourself to a younger version of you can feel natural, even nostalgic. But if you're not careful, it can quietly wear down your self-worth. Why? Because it sets up a false belief that your value was tied to how you looked, how much energy you had, or what you could do physically. And that simply isn't true. You are not less than now. You are more. You've gained wisdom, experience, resilience, and a deeper understanding of life. Your worth has nothing to do with the color of your hair, the number on a scale, or whether you need a little more rest than you used to. Think of it this way: just because a tree no longer looks like a sapling doesn't mean it's any less beautiful. In fact, its strength, its growth, and its deep roots are what make it magnificent. The same goes for you. So instead of saying, "I'm not who I used to be," try saying, "I'm proud of who I've become." Oh, your younger self may have been able to run faster, but your current self knows when to slow down and enjoy the moment. Your younger self may have had more stamina, but your current self has more patience, more stories, and more perspective. It's okay to miss parts of the past, but don't let that nostalgia rob you of today. You're still here, you're still growing, and you still have so much to offer, so give yourself permission to age without comparison. You don't have to be who you were, you only have to be you right now. And that is more than enough. Isolating yourself socially as we get older, it's easy to slowly drift into social isolation, often without even realizing it. Maybe your circle of friends has gotten smaller. Maybe your children are busy with their own lives, or you've lost touch with people you used to see regularly. Perhaps a spouse or close friend has passed on, leaving you feeling more alone than ever. This kind of isolation doesn't always look dramatic. It can be quiet and gradual. A few skipped gatherings, a growing comfort in just staying home, and before you know it, days or even weeks can go by without meaningful interaction. Here's why that matters: we are wired for connection. Human beings, at every age, need social interaction to stay emotionally, mentally, and even physically healthy. When we disconnect from others, we can start to feel invisible or unimportant. And over time, this can quietly wear down our self-worth. The truth is, being around others reminds us that we matter. A simple conversation, a shared laugh, or even just listening to someone else's story can lift your mood and your confidence. When you feel heard, seen, and valued, it affirms your place in the world. But here's the good news, eh? Reconnecting doesn't mean you have to throw yourself into big crowds or force uncomfortable situations. Start small. Call an old friend. Join a local group based on a hobby you enjoy, like gardening, walking, or reading. Volunteer for a cause close to your heart. Attend a class or a local community event. Even an online group can help you feel connected if getting out is difficult. What matters most is that you reach out. Because when you do, you're not only strengthening your social ties, you're also reminding yourself that you are still a valuable, vibrant part of your community. You deserve connection. You deserve laughter, shared stories, and simple human moments. And believe it or not, there are people out there who would love to hear from you. Right now. So don't let the quiet convince you that you're alone. You're not. Reach out even just a little. It can make all the difference in how you feel, about life, and about yourself. Ignoring your health because it's too late. It's a thought that sneaks in quietly, but powerfully. I'm too old for this to make a difference now. Whether it's eating better, getting more active, or addressing long-standing health issues, many people over 65 start to believe it's simply too late to improve. But let's get one thing clear. It's never too late to take care of yourself. Yes, your body may have changed. You may have some aches, maybe a few diagnoses, or you might move slower than you used to. But change, positive change, is always possible. And even small steps can have a powerful impact on how you feel, think, and live each day. Ignoring your health because of age doesn't protect you. It holds you back. It quietly tells your mind, I don't matter anymore, or why bother? But that couldn't be further from the truth. The very act of taking care of yourself, no matter your age, is a statement of self-worth. It says, I still deserve to feel good. You don't need to run marathons or follow a strict diet to make meaningful changes. Start simple. Go for a daily walk. Add a serving of vegetables to your lunch. Stretch in the morning. Drink more water. Talk to your doctor about a concern you've been putting off. These aren't just health habits. They're messages to your body and mind that you still care. And here's the amazing part, your body is more adaptable than you think. Research shows that seniors who make even modest changes to their lifestyle can improve mobility, reduce risk of illness, sleep better, and even boost mood and memory. That's not just surviving, it's thriving. So the next time that voice says, what's the point? Talk back to it. Say, I'm still here, I'm still living, and I still deserve to feel the best I can. Because you do. Taking care of your health isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your present. It's about making today and tomorrow as strong, joyful, and full as it can be. And it is absolutely not too late for that. Belittling your own achievements, how often have you said something like, oh, it was nothing, or I just did a little cooking today, no big deal. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many older adults have a quiet habit of downplaying their accomplishments, especially in retirement or later stages of life. You might feel like what you're doing now isn't as impressive as what you did in your career or while raising a family. But here's the truth, everything you do still matters. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that your achievements don't count anymore. Maybe you're not getting awards, promotions, or public praise. But that doesn't mean you're not doing valuable things. In fact, the everyday efforts you make, like helping a neighbor, finishing a book, learning something new, or simply getting out of bed and taking care of yourself, are real accomplishments. Belittling your own actions slowly chips away at your sense of self-worth. It creates a pattern where you stop giving yourself credit, and that can make you feel invisible or less than. But you are not less. You are evolving. Your life is still full of purpose and meaning, even if it looks different than it did in the past. Every stage of life brings different kinds of contributions. Your presence in your family, your community, and your relationships still carries weight. The wisdom you've gained, the resilience you've built, and the quiet ways you show up for others, those are powerful forms of success. So next time you catch yourself brushing off your efforts, pause and reframe it. Instead of saying, I didn't do much today, try, I took care of things today, and I feel good about it. Instead of, it was just a small thing, say, I'm proud I followed through. Speak kindly to yourself. Because your achievements, big or small, deserve to be acknowledged. You don't need anyone's permission to feel proud of who you are and what you do. You've already proven yourself. Now it's time to own that. And let yourself feel it too. You've done enough. You are enough. Always have been. Still are. Letting age stereotypes define you. One of the most harmful things we can do as we get older is believe the stereotypes about aging. You've heard them. You're too old to learn that. Slow down. You're not young anymore. Why bother starting something new at your age? These messages are everywhere. In ads, in TV shows, sometimes even from well-meaning friends or family. But here's the truth, those stereotypes don't define you. Unless you let them. Growing older doesn't mean becoming less capable, less curious, or less valuable. In fact, the opposite is often true. With age comes wisdom, clarity, patience, and depth that younger years simply can't offer. But when society constantly pushes the idea that aging equals decline, it's easy to start believing it, even without realizing it. And that belief, it quietly holds you back. It can make you second guess trying something new, going back to school, starting a hobby, or stepping into leadership. It might even stop you from speaking up or setting boundaries, because you've been told that your role now is to step aside. But here's what we need to remember: you are still growing. You are still learning. You are still becoming. Life didn't stop at 60, or 70, or 80. It changed. And that change is not the end of the story. It's a new chapter. Rejecting age stereotypes isn't about pretending you're 25 again. It's about honoring who you are now, without shrinking yourself to fit someone else's expectations. It's about saying, yes, I may be older, but I still have dreams, goals, and the right to define my own path. So the next time someone says, at your age, answer with confidence, yes, at my age, take the class, join the group, travel if you can, write that book, learn that skill, speak up, show up. You are not too old to start something new. You are exactly the right age to become more you than ever before. Don't let outdated ideas decide your future. You've earned the right to live boldly, and on your own terms. And the best part, you're just getting started. If any of these points hit home for you, you're not alone, and you can change the story. If you found this helpful, tap the like button. It really supports the channel. Subscribe for weekly wellness tips made just for you. And drop a comment: which of these habits do you want to work on? You've spent a lifetime giving, helping, and growing. Now it's time to protect your self-worth like the treasure it is. You deserve it. Take care, and remember, every day is a new chance to feel proud of who you are.